Congratulations, you did what you needed to do in the casino and you won a free cruise. You got one of these in your stateroom. Now what? Okay, first off, what you have earned is a comp cruise.
Look what you done started. Girl, keep working that body.
How y'all doing, people? My name's Keith.
And I'm Free, and we are
The Howards.
the Howards.
Yes.
Depending on the level of points that you earned during the cruise, mind you, if you are still on board right now and you got the cruise certificate, you will get an updated certificate if you continue playing throughout the end of the cruise and you reach the next tier level to give you a different certificate. So don't be afraid about getting a certificate at say 600 points and then you keep playing in the casino and earn the 800 point certificate. You will actually have the 800 point certificate in your account. You get the certificate based on the number of points that you earned throughout the end of the cruise. But if you earned 1,200 points or less, then the next thing you have to do before you get off the ship is book a next cruise reservation. You need to put a $200 deposit down with next cruise. On Ovation of the Seas, for the first time ever, I've seen that next cruise came into the casino. I don't know if they're doing that on board other ships, but they made it easy for us on Ovation of the Seas by next cruise coming into the casino, and you can go right there, give them, fill out the form, this form that's on the back of your free cruise certificate. Fill this out. If you don't have it with you, don't worry, they had it right there at the booth. You just fill out that form and then they will process your $200 deposit for your next cruise reservation and give you your next cruise booking number. The booking number is what you are going to provide to either your travel agent or directly to Club Royale when you call to book your reservation. You have 30 days to choose a cruise off the list that you earned and book the cruise that you earned on board. But you have a whole year to use your next cruise certificate. And if you see on the list that there's something that you're not really interested in, or if you end up not using that offer, you do not have to use the offer you got on board. The $200 that you paid that deposit with next cruise, it's good for 365 days and it's transferable. So you can give it away, sell it. Your deposit is non-refundable, but with casino, and I'm speaking directly to casino players who earned an instant reward certificate on board, your $200 deposit, that money is applied to whatever cruise you choose from the list that you got on board in that instant certificate or any other cruise reservation. So you can apply it to a full price cruise, or if you start receiving weekly offers in the mail and email, then you can actually apply your next cruise certificate to that as well. And when it comes time to pay your balance, whether it's just the taxes and fees, which if it's a free for two people cruise, you're only going to pay the taxes and fees. So that $200 gets applied to that, and if there's a balance left over, then you will pay the remaining balance. So say, for example, Ovation of the Seas is about $130 per person in taxes. That's $260 total. $200 was already paid with next cruise. When you book your cruise, you are only going to have to pay $60 because you've already paid the $200. If you are a solo traveler, you do not pay the single supplement on the comp cruise for two people. If it's a comp for two, meaning it just says interior or ocean view or balcony or suite, then you only pay the taxes and fees. So if you're solo, if it's $130 per person, you're only paying $130. So if you put down the next cruise deposit and you apply that certificate to that booking, then you're going to get a refund for the balance. If it is a one person free with the discount for a second guest. Now, if you got a cruise certificate at only 400 points, 600 points, 800 points, or 1,200 points, then you have a list that includes one person free with a discount for a second person. What that means is that if you go solo, you can book that one solo or for two people. If you pay solo, then your price is going to be the price for 2 people minus the taxes and fees. Now, how much does it cost for we call them BOGO offers? The best way to tell, because you don't know what the price is, you don't know what the discount is until you contact Club Royale, give them the specific ship and sell date that is on the list. You can only book a comp cruise that is on the list. So when you look at the list, it's going to have a specific ship and sell date. The lower number of points you earn, the less number of choices that you have. So you might have a list that only has, say, 5 cruises. Navigator's usually always on there. Ovation may or may not be on there for the West Coast. Freedom of the Seas or something, there's always going to be something out of Miami or Fort Lauderdale, even if it's just a 3 or 4 night cruise. But you can only choose a sailing that is on the list. You can't just choose any other cruise. So it's very limited, but it gives you an opportunity to get a discounted rate on a cruise. The best way that I figured out how to kind of gauge how much that BOGO is going to cost you is if you pull up the sailing online at RoyalCaribbean.com and you look at the price of whatever cabin category is on your list for that specific ship and sail date, and you look at how much it costs for 1 person. Now, you're never going to pay that price for 1 person because you always have the single supplement fee. But if it says it's, for example, $500 per person, well, the total for 2 people on average is less than that $500. So when you call Club Royale and tell them you want to book for 2, it may be about $410 or something like that. If it is for 1 person, it's going to be $410 minus the taxes and fees because you're only paying for the 1 person minus the taxes and fees of the second guest. So it'll be around $300 and something. So it is a big discount. So congratulations on earning your comp cruise. Now you have 30 days to look at that list and choose a cruise. That's your next step. What exactly have you earned? You got the certificate, but you're a little confused about what exactly it is you've earned. Well, if you earned only 400, 600, 800, or 1,200 points, what you have actually earned is a discount on a full fare cruise. But if you put the $200 deposit down with Next Cruise, then you get the bonus, which is the comp cruise itself. So if you do not pay the $200 deposit while on board, then you do not get the comp cruise that you see. You have to put down the deposit in order to get the cruise. Once you hit 1,500 points and above, then the bonus is free play. So the cruise you've earned no matter what. If you do not put down the deposit with Next Cruise and you have 1,500 points or above, then you still have the comp cruise. You didn't lose the cruise because you forgot to go to Next Cruise and put down the deposit. You'll lose the free play, but not the comp cruise. The other advantage to doing the $200 deposit with Next Cruise, you get free play. So depending on the length of sailing and the room category that's booked, that determines the exact amount of free play. It can be $25, $50, or $100 in free play. So for most casino players that are playing at levels of 1,500 or above, we're specifically going to Next Cruise to get the onboard credit. Because like I said, you already get the free cruise. Now we're getting the free play that goes along with it and the onboard credit. Now what happens if you forgot to go to Next Cruise? Are you completely SOL? Maybe, maybe not. For 1,200 points and below, you don't even want to take that chance. But for 1,500 and above, when you call Club Royale to book your reservation, if you let them know that you did not, for whatever reason, get with Next Cruise, a lot of times they'll make a one-time exception and they'll still give you the free play. Casino controls the free play, but they don't control the onboard credit. So you'll still lose out on the onboard credit, but there is a chance that you can still get your free play. So those are the steps that you have to take once you've earned your comp cruise. But there's more. The advantage to you having invested in the casino and earning that comp cruise certificate, even if you played at that lower level of only 400 to 600, 800 points, you may still receive offers in the mail every single week. Now, if you're a lower level player, your offer is only going to say 1 person free with a discount for the second guest. But again, I've already explained how big of a discount that can be. It's less than the price of 1 person quoted. The price per person that you're never going to pay because you have the single supplement for 1 person. Your total for 2 is less than that. So you can actually get offers playing very little amount of money in the casino that's going to earn you a huge discount. You can get on Ovation of the Seas, you can even get on Oasis class ships, depending on the length and the sailing, 2 people for under $1,000, under $500. It all depends on the length of the sailing and how much it is priced per person. Now, if you're at a higher level, you'll get the balcony for 2 people. Balcony, interior, ocean view. Let me explain something to you. No matter what you're thinking, you can only book what's on this certificate. Let me clarify something for you. You can only book what is on that list in the different categories. So your weekly offers that you have here, and you can't see it very well, but the weekly offers that you have here, sometimes they're different categories. So like this one here says, enjoy a balcony or interior room for 2. So this section here is balcony offers. This section down here are interior offers. So no, you cannot choose Utopia of the Seas, 4-night Bahamas and Perfect Day for September 8th in a balcony room. If it's not listed under here for balcony, you can't book a balcony. You have to book the interior. So some people get confused. I say that like it seems like it makes sense, but it doesn't always make sense, because you get excited about having the offers, you see balcony, but you have to understand that whatever the ship and sail date says, you need to look and see what room category you are getting. So it's not just because you see balcony. See, some people read over here, ooh, balcony or interior. It doesn't mean balcony or interior. It means you have 2 different sections of your list that have different ship and sail dates that are specific to the room category. Just wanted to make sure you got that clear. Lastly, how do I keep these offers coming? Well, once you get on board, they are expecting you to play again at the same level of play that you played when you got your offers. If you do not play the same level of play, then yes, it can affect your offers and your offers can drop. If you're already only getting 1 person free with a discount for the second person, you'll probably continue getting those type of offers, or if you don't play enough, then you won't get any offers at all. Your offers will stop completely. They do expect you to play a minimum of 200 points per cruise, which isn't really that much, but that's what your expectations are. So now let's talk about strategy. If you went into the casino and you invested whatever, but you earned a comp cruise certificate, let's just say you did well enough to earn comp cruise for 2. You are then going to get those weekly offers that I showed you. Smaller list, smaller choices. Okay, let me back up. Smaller list depending on your level of play. Because if you only played 400 points, for example, you're only getting a small list in the first place. But if you played at a higher level, then your instant certificate, when you scan this QR code, you are going to have page after page after page after page after page of choices. Some of them at 1,500 and 2,000 points, you're going to have options that are the 1 person free with the discount for the other, and you're going to also have 2 people free. So let me clarify that as well, because that can be confusing. If you have 1,200 points, 1,500 points, 2,000 points, your certificate will say 1 person free and A-N-D and cruise for 2 people free. 2. So it is not only I didn't earn 2 people free. You got to read what it says. It is 1 person free and 2 people free. You only get to choose 1 cruise off the list, but you need to look at the list carefully and see if there's a specific ship and sail date you're interested in. Does it say it's cruise fare for 1 or cruise fare for 2? If it says cruise fare for 2, you only pay the taxes and fees per person. If it is cruise fare for 1, you pay the price for 2 people with a discount on the second person. And if it's just solo, you pay that same price minus the taxes and fees for the second person. What price that is Casino Royale makes up whatever figure they feel like making up, but look at the ship and sale date, look at how much it costs for one person, and on average your total for two is less than that, just to get an idea of it. But you did earn a whole bunch of cruises on that list that are for two people free at 1,200 points and above. You did not just earn one person free. A whole lot of people get that confused. That's why I'm saying it the way that I am saying it. That's why I'm saying it over and over again. You did earn comp for two people. Now, if you are on a 6-night cruise and above and you only got 1,200 to 1,500 points, your weekly offers may or may not be two people free. If you got 1,200 to 1,500 points, and especially if it's like your first cruise on a 3-night, 4-night cruise, that's usually enough play for you to receive the two people free cruises. That's usually enough play for you to earn the two people free cruises for the weekly offers that you're gonna get. So, for those of you that are not booking cruise after cruise after cruise after cruise after cruise, okay, I know it sounds a little crazy, but when you start getting these offers and it's summertime, you get an offer, you open up your email and it says, hey, November, Icon, are you available? Cruise fare for two. And you say, how much is it? And they tell you it's $392. All of a sudden you say, why, yes, I am available that date. Yes, I am available that date. That date is open. So you have to be very careful. It's really nice to be able to earn the comp cruises, but how casino cruisers become casino cruisers that cruise over and over and over again. And let me tell you something, I know you think the Howards do a lot of cruising. We ain't got nothing on the real casino cruisers because they are on board. Shoot, people ask us all the time, are you ever home? Oh, we're home. They're not home. They go home for maybe a weekend, a couple of days, and they're right back on board, especially if they live close to a port. Why? Because every single one of those cruises that I told you you're going to get every week, you can book every last one of them at just the taxes and fees. Every last one of them. But they keep coming, especially if you haven't gotten back on board. Because if you haven't gotten back on board, they are still rating your play on the last time you were on the cruise. So if you have a 3-6 month year break in between cruises, you're gonna just get cruise offer after offer sitting in your account. They do all have an expiration date, so they're not just gonna be overwhelmingly piled up for a year's worth of cruises. No, they last about 30 days or so. So your cruises that you get each week, you have to book them before the expiration date. But if it still shows up in your Club Royale account, and I'm putting that website right here, right on the TV screen right there, for you to look up your offers. You put your name, your last name, and your Crown and Anchor number, hit submit, and then it will show you what offers are in your account. As long as it's in the account, you can book it. If it's not showing up in the account, you can't book it. It has to be in the account. I understand you might have something in the email. I understand you may have something in the mail. If it is not in that account right there on that website right there, then you cannot book it. So I understand it has an expiration date, and you're like, hey, that date ended 3 days ago. I no longer have that offer. If it is in that account right there, I don't care if it's past the expiration date, as long as it's still showing up in that account right there, you can book it. So if you're not planning on getting back on board for a couple of months, you very well can have a whole bunch of cruises lined up, even if it's just 2, 3, 4 cruises, because the dates that are on your offers are a few months out. Right now we are in June, but we have offers that are September, October, November, December. School teachers, people with kids that have kids in school, you have dates when they're out of school in that off season sitting in your account right now. So say you have 2 weeks off, but you've got 3, 4 night cruises. Now you can do it back to back to back and be on the ship during the time that's convenient for you. In the meantime, you're still getting offers because those are way in the future. And by the time you get to the date that you're getting on that cruise, you may have other offers for next year, and you've booked some of those cruises. So what you do as far as strategy is, while you're expected to play and play at the same level that you played initially, you may not be able to do that. You may not have it in your budget to do that, or you just plain and simply may not want to spend all that time or have the time to go to the casino, to dedicate to the casino during your cruise. So you got all these extra cruises. What the best thing for you to do is you don't play on every single cruise, because you may not need the offers. Some people like us, we're so booked that we can't even take these offers. I got great dates, but I'm already on this cruise here. I'm already on that cruise there. I'm signature, which means 25,000 points in a single casino calendar year. So I got a signature event. I can't take not a single one of these days because I'm already booked. It happens a lot to us casino cruisers. Don't worry about that. What you need to do is look at your last date that you are booked. The last date that you're booked before you're ready to book in the future. Now, if you're trying to book something in the meantime, that's a different story. But if you're looking to book something in the future, you don't need to play until that last cruise that you have. Because on that cruise, you may no longer have any offers coming in because you didn't play on all the other cruises that you were on. So you play on the last cruise to get your offers coming again. That's where you make your investment again. So the investment that you made in the casino that earns you this instant rewards cruise certificate can actually have turned into 10, 15 cruises. So while you did, in a sense, prepay for your free cruise, if it cost you $1,000 to earn the comp certificate in the casino that got you, say, a free cruise for two, let's say you got to 1,200 points, right? With the amount of comp for two cruises that you're going to get weekly in the mail, it was worth the investment all day long, especially if you're not getting back on board for a couple of months, because now you've got months worth of free cruises coming in every single week. And again, you don't have to play on each cruise when you have a few cruises lined up. If it's not beneficial for you to get the offers because you can't use the offers or you're already booked, then don't worry about playing and your play affecting your offers stopping, because all you have to do is be back on board. As long as you have a cruise booked for you to be back on board, then you choose exactly which cruise it is you need to play and play on that cruise. And if you're a back-to-backer, it's not very beneficial for you to play. If you're not a casino player, let me back up. Casino players play for fun. They're not playing to win stuff. They just want to go in there and they play for fun. So they're going in there and they're doing what they do every single cruise. So I'm not really talking about them. I'm talking about those that are like, I don't gamble, this isn't for me, but you're listening to me, you want to earn free cruises, so you're treating the casino like an investment to earn free cruises, but you don't really want to play over and over and over again. Let's just say you book a back-to-back. On the back-to-back, you don't really want to play on the first leg of your back-to-back. You want to play on your second leg of the back-to-back, because say you earn 1,200 points on the first leg. Guess what? You're expected to play at 1,200 points or above on the second half of that leg. Otherwise, your offers are going to drop. Your offers are based on the last 3 cruises, but they're really looking at your last cruise that you were on. That's what you're really being rated off of. So if you didn't play that well on cruise 1, you didn't really play that much on cruise 2, but then you, bam, hit it and got a 2,000 point certificate on cruise 3. Cruise 3 is what you're going to get your offers off of. Now, if you played really well on cruise 1, didn't do so well or didn't play at all on cruise 2, didn't do so well on the 3rd cruise, then your offers are going to drop. Doesn't really matter that 2,000 point was done on the first leg. It's all about what happened at the end. So for strategy wise, you want to just save up your play for your last cruise or close to the last cruise. Get to prime. Most people are trying to get to prime to get to that 2,500 points so they can get the free drinks in the casino and the annual cruise certificate and the 30% discount on Wi-Fi. So get to Prime, but after you get to Prime, go ahead and strategize it out as far as your play and your budget, so that once you have that final cruise booked, you got more offers coming in. Well, that about wraps up class with free. Again, let me just go over, because I know it was a long video with a lot of information, so quick little review. You earned your instant reward certificate. That's Keith right there trying to interrupt my video, but I'm not letting him interrupt this video no more. You earned your instant reward certificate on board. It comes with the next cruise booking information on the back. You can fill out this form and drop it off at the next cruise office. If your ship happens to have next cruise coming to the casino, you can go over there, or you can use the app. It's not really advisable to use the app, because sometimes, a lot of times you go to the app, you book, you get a confirmation, but you never got that email booking number and you didn't get the next cruise booking. There's nothing you can do once you get off board. So it's better to go in person and have dropped off that form, or better yet, see a person in next cruise and get that booking number, so that you know for a fact that there were no issues, because ultimately, like I said, it mostly affects your onboard credit. There is a possibility that if you have a mishap like that and you did what you had to do and you called Club Royale, they may still go ahead and give you the cruise, where it's a level where the cruise itself you only earn by paying the $200 next cruise certificate, because again, casino controls the things casino is given away. They just don't have any control over the onboard credit, but you don't really necessarily want to take that risk. That's why I'm telling you in advance, you need to get that booking number by doing it with somebody in person on board before you get off the ship. Now that you've paid the deposit, you have 30 days to choose your cruise from the instant certificate that you have. If you choose to not use the certificate at all, or if it expires and you didn't remember, you did not lose the $200. That $200 is pretty much held in escrow for 365 days with that booking number, and it can be applied to any one of the weekly offers. So you can apply it to any offer. It does not have to be applied just to the instant certificate. So 1, you played, you got your certificate. 2, you went to next cruise, paid the $200 deposit. 3, pick your cruise. You're good to go. Thank you for hanging with the Howards, and if this is your first time seeing us and you like this video, I invite you to like, subscribe, and comment. If there's anything else you need some clarification on, please send me a comment. I respond, and I will try my best to help you get through your cruising casino new career. Do not book too many cruises. As Keith says, just because you got it,
You don't have to accept them.